Welcome to Spooky Fun Time, a show where comedians face their fears. Now, here's your host, Brent Reed.
Welcome to Spooky Fun Time, a podcast where comedians face their fears. In Austin, Texas, at the Creek in the Cave with my producer, Brandon Legendre. I'm very excited for my guest today, all the way from Nashville, Tennessee. Very funny stand-up comedian. She's a regular at Nashville Zanie's. Make some noise for Fiona Cauley. Fuck. I'm doing it again.
Hey, one fucking day.
I'm doing it again. Welcome to Spooky Fun Time. A podcast where comedians face their fears. I'm your host, Brent Reed, with my producer, Brandon Legendre. We're in Austin, Texas. I'm here with my very special guest, very funny stand-up comedian, all the way from Nashville, Tennessee. She's a regular at Zanie's Nashville, Fiona Cauley.
Hey, crushed it. Yes.
I don't know why I keep wanting to say Cauley.
Okay, you might be onto something.
It's better. I have a history of fucking up last names with your boyfriend Matt Taylor. I forgot his last name completely when I brought him on stage. So
yeah, it's a hard last name to remember.
It's such a. I was like Smith. Thank you for doing this. Thanks for being. I'm glad you guys came. I got really excited. We had never met before. We have a lot of mutual friends though. Friends of Matt and. There's so many funny ladies in Nashville. There's a bunch of you guys. Fucking Amber Autry, a bunch of you guys killing it.
Yeah.
Not to say like, oh, there's funny women, but I don't know. There's like I think of Nashville as being like, there's a lot of you guys that are strong as fuck.
Yeah, we crush real fucking hard.
Yeah. It's like Nashville's underrated, I feel like, as a comedy scene. Thanks for doing this. Do you like horror movies?
I do. And the more I thought about it, I think as I've gotten older, I'm like deeply obsessed with like murder documentaries.
Yeah, so you're watching the real shit.
I want to know what actually happened.
Yeah.
And like the closer the person that was murdered, whatever, looks like me, I'm more interested in. I don't know what that is.
What's one that you're super interested in?
Well, unfortunately, there aren't a lot of wheelchair murders.
Are there? I guess. Are there not? Do you?
I haven't seen one.
Do murderers have like a little bit of a conscience? You think it's like, well, I'm not gonna murder a girl in a wheelchair.
Yeah.
She's already having a heart.
I mean, everyone has a line.
Yeah, you have to be an evil piece of shit to kill somebody in a wheelchair.
Well, the fun of the game is the chase, and I can't give you that.
I think Mulaney had a joke where he was like, he talked about seeing a wheelchair tipped over. He was like, something happened there. You hope it was a miracle. Yeah, fingers crossed it was a miracle. So not a lot of wheelchair murders, but there are like
just women
and
yeah,
you women getting murdered.
Yeah, we can't get enough of it.
There's a pod. You ever listen to? There was a pod that I listened to. Fuck, I can't remember. It was two women. It was
My Favorite Murder.
Yeah, maybe. Their whole thing is like, be weird, stay alive. That's like their thing with women, because women a lot of times when something happens to them, they're like, well, right before that I knew he was following me, but I didn't want to be rude. It's like, be rude, be weird, stay alive.
Well, I am really bad at names, so I'm not gonna remember any of these people's names, but there was a serial killer that the way he chose his victims was he would go into a grocery store, bump into a woman, and if she apologized, that was his victim. Like she's too kind to like. So be a cunt.
Yeah,
like
be a cunt.
That's my advice.
Be a cunt. Be weird.
Yeah.
Stay alive. Yeah. Don't worry about. Yeah, that's a good way to get murdered. Is worried about being weird or being rude to someone that you don't know. You just need to get the fuck out of there, or profile. Do whatever you got to do.
Yeah.
Especially, have you been scared in Austin? Going down, have you seen 6th Street's pretty crazy?
What? I thought maybe I would, but I have a theory.
Okay. Get them all in a van, drive them out to the desert.
We're talking about the homeless people,
That's- yeah.
right? Okay, cool.
I was talking about wheelchair people.
So my disease is progressive, so I've been an able-bodied woman also.
Yeah.
But I've noticed the more disabled I get, so now I'm in a wheelchair. Homeless people do not fuck with me. They're
That's
like
kind of nice.
one of us.
Yeah, some other guys, some other guy in a wheelchair is just like,
Yeah.
hey,
Yeah,
sister.
it's bad karma, dude. Fuck with someone in a wheelchair is like they'll treat you the same in prison as if you're a pedophile. Yeah, it's not all bad.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, I guess. Yeah, there's almost like a fear, like a respect, because if somebody's a pedophile, you don't want to fuck with them. You're just like, I don't want to get pedophiled, right? It's like a.
I mean, that's what I say. So.
Okay, so how old are you?
27.
Where'd you grow up?
Franklin, Tennessee.
How many people is that? Is Franklin small? Franklin's not very small, right?
No, it's very Truman Show-esque.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Did that movie fuck you up? Did you feel like you're the
I
center of the universe?
just fucking watched that. Matt made me watch it. Really amazing, and it scared me a lot. That was spooky as shit.
Yeah, I think everybody that watches that movie has an existential crisis a little bit.
Yeah.
It's like, what if everybody around me is just pretending, and I'm like, literally the center of the universe? It's like the opposite of, I mean, I guess it's what is it where you're? I'm brain farting on like when you feel like you're narcissism. It's like the opposite of narcissism. It's like I'm the piece of shit at the center of the universe.
Yeah. I get that. Not to like bring back my wheelchair, but
Are you in a wheelchair?
sometimes, yeah. No, I'm always worried everyone thinks I'm retarded. And like that's my Truman Show. They're like, good job. You know?
I've mentioned this to Brandon before. Like, I fear going insane and no one tells me, or like like I feel like, what if I'm crazy and Brandon's just like my Tyler Durden from Fight Club?
Yes.
Like, what if Brandon's not even real? I don't know. I deal with that some, like where I just think I fear going insane.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm nuts, and then like soon everybody's gonna realize that I'm goddamn bonkers.
Yeah, because you would never know.
Yeah.
That is scary.
Yeah.
Would you rather like be insane and no one tell you, or like the Shutter Island one where everyone around you is pretending?
Oh my God. I guess I would want people to tell me, because that's a scarier thought. Is like that's scarier. Is that everybody's pretending and I would just never know.
Yeah, you're inconveniencing everyone just to live a lie.
Fuck. All right, we got to take a break for 20 minutes. So scary movies. Which ones do you like? Which ones scare you? What's your favorite?
Okay, my favorite classic, Silence of the Lambs.
Great.
Dude.
Great movie.
It's got everything.
What do you like about it?
The women being murdered.
Was that Julie Foster? Is she the lead?
I don't know anyone's name.
She's the Southern accent. She's the Southern belle.
Yeah, I mean, that is the scariest fucking movie.
Yeah, Julie Foster. Yeah, Anthony Hopkins is so fucking good at it. He's only in that movie. I mean, he's not in that movie for very long. He might be on screen for a total of maybe 10, 15 minutes. Mm. And he makes like a real fucking, like Buffalo Bill's the villain. Like he's just Anthony Hopkins. Hannibal is just, the informant. 16 minutes he's on screen.
That's insane.
Leading role with only about 60 minutes on screen, 24 minutes and 52 seconds.
How much did he get paid to do that?
Probably, was that his like breakout role?
Let me look up his IMDb.
Yeah, sorry, got you Googling a lot.
Good.
Yeah, I wonder if that was his breakout role. He may not have even gotten paid much for that. Because he's one of those guys that didn't really take off till he was like I mean, he was old, right?
Yeah.
When he did Silence of the Lambs. Did that one, how old were you when you watched that one for the first time?
Oh my God, like 10.
Yeah. Did you like it initially, or did it used to fuck you up real
It
bad?
scared the shit out of me.
But now as an adult, you just appreciate it?
Yeah, like, I haven't rewatched it, for being so honest. I just like the way it haunts me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Hello, Clarice.
Yeah. Put the lotion on.
Or else he gets the hose again. Yeah, Buffalo Bill is why, would you fuck me? I'd fuck me.
I do think the scariest movie is Two Girls, One Cup.
I watched that on LimeWire. Downloaded Two Girls, One Cup on LimeWire. Man, that's not. Have you ever really seen Two Girls, One Cup?
Yeah, actually. My older sister tied me into a chair when I was like, I was a kid, dude. I was too young. And she forced me to watch it, like to torture me.
You have a sister and a brother?
Yeah.
Are you in the middle?
Yes, sir.
How much older is your sister?
She is 4 years older.
So did she like torture you? Was there other torture besides tying you to a chair and making you watch two girls shit in each other's mouths?
Yeah. Yeah. Wait, did that not happen to you? What the fuck?
I watched it with some like high school buddies or middle school buddies or something.
No, there's nothing like crying to Two Girls, One Cup.
Did you cry?
I did.
Man, that is so goddamn funny. You're just crying. You're like, oh, what is she gonna do with that? There's theories that it was kind of fake, like they might have been fucking with some soft serve, but they were actually putting it in each other's butts or something. Do you think it was fake, or do you think it was poop? Man, how long into this podcast are we?
I think it was
the first 7 minutes.
That's just Hollywood. Show
business, baby.
Showbiz.
What was another time your sister? Do you remember any other of her scaring the shit out of you? Or?
And I would like to preface, I love her now.
Yeah. Well, that's what you're supposed to do as an older sibling.
Yeah, you're gonna. Okay. So I am terrified of water.
Yeah.
Not because I can't swim, but because my older sister physically drowned me like 5 separate times growing up. Like I had to be resuscitated.
Oh my God.
Another time I was 12 years old and I got home from, what is that, 7th grade graduation, whatever, summer start. My sister was an addict. She's been clean for 10 years now. But I got home. She was on a lot of drugs. And she held me down and tattooed me.
You have a tattoo?
I do.
Against your will?
Yep. I cried.
Yeah. What is it?
Okay. So it's on my bikini line because she didn't want my mom to see it.
Of course not.
Like logic was there.
And how old are you?
12.
Jesus.
And it was a heart. And then when I turned 18, I got that covered up with some flowers. And when I turned 19, I got that covered up with more flowers.
So it's like 3 tattoos.
Now I just call it my secret garden. Stupid.
Matt, you ever been to the secret garden? Well, that's so wild. Were you ever? So your sister scared you. Were you ever scared for her? Were the drugs bad?
Oh, okay. Yeah. So when I was 16, she was 20.
Okay.
And she was in college in Chattanooga, so it's like 2 hours away.
Mm-hmm.
We got a phone call early Sunday morning, and they were like, hey, this is the hospital. Your sister fucking overdosed, and she had a seizure off a mountain and fell.
Fuck.
And she was on acid and a bunch of other shit, and everyone she was with panicked because they were tripping and left her for dead. And a random woman hiking at 4 a.m. her dog found my sister's body, and they called 911, got her back to the top. So they're like, we can't give medical info over the phone, but they basically were like, come say goodbye. And so I was like, fuck, I have to be the oldest? That's hard.
Immediately made it about you.
So, yeah,
That's
she was in a
fuck.
coma for a little bit. And
How long's a little bit?
So I always thought it was at least a week and a half, 2 weeks. Turns out it was more like 3 or 4 days, but
That's
they
still a
had
long
no,
time to
they
be asleep.
didn't know.
Yeah.
Like if she'd wake up, and she did, and so they don't know anything about the brain still. And so they were like, she has brain damage. We don't know what it looks like. You'll just have to figure it out, throw out questions, whatever. So she wakes up, and we're like, holy shit, they pull the tubes out of her throat. My mom was like, Miranda, do you know who this is? Your mom, your sister, your dad? And in the most like broken voice, she looks at her and goes, I'm not fucking retarded. She is fucking awesome now.
That's awesome that you guys
Yeah.
are closer now.
Yeah.
So she's sober now for 10 years?
Yeah.
Congrats.
Yeah, and she's in a fucking PhD program.
Get the fuck out of
She
here.
has short-term memory loss, and she
Because of that? Because
yeah,
of that brain
but
damage?
she like takes note. She's the smartest person I've ever met.
Yeah, that's cool. She
Yeah.
just takes notes and just is aware of her shit.
And no one knows that she like has memory issues.
How bad is it?
Even I fucking am like, are you fucking with me? Like,
Yeah. And
It's like if you have a conversation with her about something kind of not that important.
Yeah.
The following day, she has no idea. And
you just learn to not be frustrated with her because you know she can't help
no, see, that's the hard part. You think I'm trying to learn,
Yeah.
but like I can't even imagine what she deals with, because people do get frustrated because you can't.
Yeah.
I mean, she's a beautiful woman.
Yeah.
You can't see the brain damage. Like,
Yeah, so you just think, oh, she just doesn't give a shit, or she's aloof.
Right.
Yeah. Well, that's tough. All this shit is just, I guess, just being just like figuring out what your shit is, being aware. I got to take more. I don't have short-term memory loss, but probably ADHD or whatever. I got to take notes, or all my dates are in my calendar. If I don't have anything in my calendar, I'm just going to, like, if I had not put this in my calendar, I would have not shown up. Are you religious? Were you religious growing up?
I went to Catholic school for a little bit.
Catholic?
Got kicked out in 3rd grade.
For what?
Oh my god. The drama. I'm in 3rd grade. Okay.
Yeah.
My older sister, it's Christmas time. She just told me Santa was not real. Spoiler alert.
Yeah.
And we're in Bible class, and all the kids are sitting on the ground.
Yeah.
And they're reading the part about Saint Nick in the Bible, and they're like, see? He's real, guys, and I raised my fucking 3rd grade hand, and I was like, I know Santa isn't real, so what else are you lying to us about?
Yeah, that's very funny. Whenever I was told that Santa wasn't real, I was waiting for the other shoe to drop. And I think I asked my dad, like, so God's not real either, right? And he was
Right.
like, no, those stories are real.
Like, yeah, as
But
a
yeah,
kid,
this guy that goes down your chimney, he's fake, but these other ones are real. I'm like, okay, well, that doesn't make sense.
yeah.
And I didn't know how to word that when I was a
Yeah, I
kid.
don't think adults are really ready for kids' age to have that kind of like logic.
Yeah, well, that's a tough thing about, like, I wouldn't say lying to kids, but you start to confuse them.
Yeah.
Like, as you grow older, you're like, okay, well, that was a lie. I get it, but that was a lie. And then, but this is real. Like, it's
Right,
confusing.
right.
It's like, okay, what's a lie and what's not?
It's like too complex of a conversation to have with the kids, so it's like, yeah.
Yeah, and it's religion's like an easy way to, like, teach kids right from wrong.
Yeah, like
Rather
I
than-
definitely see the value in it.
Yeah.
But I also, so we left the Catholic Church, and then my mom is very religious, but like non-denominational.
Yeah.
Right?
Okay.
And she went to like a mega church for a while, so we did.
Yeah.
And that was...
Those, I was asking Matt about that. Those sometimes can come off disingenuous and really, they're very like fashion forward, those places. Like everybody's dressed
Dude,
cool.
the moment I saw a smoke machine, I was out of there. Like that shit
It's
is...
too much.
Yeah.
I don't know. I was raised Baptist, and we had music, and then there was like Church of Christ that wouldn't do instruments or anything at all. And then they all disagree on like the order of things. It's it's like a Baptist, you got to be baptized as a symbol. You get saved first, and then you get baptized as a symbol of that. But then like Church of Christ is like, if you don't get baptized, you go to hell. Like it's like a hard and fast, like it's like all the order of things is like what they disagree on.
Yeah.
And then non-denominational, I don't know, my preacher and my Baptist preacher, his name is David Stidham. He's very good. He's very nice. He would say like, I would say, what's the deal with non-denominational? He's like, well, I don't think that non-denominational is. I think non-denominational is a denomination. Is that something like there's no such thing as like a because it's all a denomination. It's all like, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean...
It's all complicated. Who knows?
Getting diagnosed with this shit really fucking took the wind out of my sails.
Well, let's talk about that. So you're not religious now? That take the religion wind out of your sails?
I was really atheist for a long time.
Because you're just like,
I'm,
if there is a God, why
then
the
why
fuck
the
would he
fuck?
do this?
Yeah, but I'm definitely opening up to the idea.
Did you go to church with Matt?
I have not yet, but I'm willing
Yeah.
to go.
So you guys just kind of keep that separate in the relationship?
I mean, we talk about everything.
Well, good. Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
But he's like, he'll go to church and then like...
I mean,
do his
he'll
own
fucking
thing.
pray for me when I'm nervous and scared, and it's like very comforting.
That is very comforting.
Yeah.
I like a meditation myself. I think it's all just like whatever your relationship is with the thing, right? It's like the universe or like God or
yeah.
whatever.
I mean, it's all the same. And my sister has been in NA for...
Is she religious now?
She believes in a higher power because
Yeah.
of it, and in college, because she still lives in Chattanooga, and that's where I went to college. I
Yeah.
would go and support her at these meetings like once a week. So I heard all of the, control the things you can, accept things you can't, or I
Yeah.
fucked that up, but you know what I mean.
Yeah. Okay. So
Sorry,
let's.
I was really stoned in this.
You're good.
I was shit-faced. So.
Let's talk about the condition, alcoholism. No, you. So, what do you have? You told me it's like only 3,000 people have it. 5,000?
Yeah. So it's called Friedreich's ataxia.
Okay.
It is a progressive neurological disease. It is genetic.
Mm-hmm.
No one in my family's history has ever had it. My parents were both carriers, which is fucking bonkers. With the odds of that.
Yeah, 2 carriers.
Yeah, and I'm just like, God, get my dad fixed, dude. He don't need to.
Just pumping out all these broken ass kids.
Yeah. Dude, because you have never been more correct.
You said your brother and sister have it too?
Yeah.
They're not as far along as you.
My sister and I are pretty much the same. She's
in the
also
chair,
in a
too.
chair, yeah. And also very hot.
So hot. Just a bunch of hot wheelchair girls. That's not bad. I mean, I think we need a hot wheelchair.
You gotta sit down to stand
there's a
up
whole
sometimes.
category of porn for it, probably.
Oh, yeah, redhead wheelchair, good night.
Is your brother on the cane yet, or is he?
No, so he got diagnosed a month ago, so it's been fucking He's my baby.
Yeah.
I love him with my, like, I feel like I raised him.
Yeah. But you can prepare him. I mean, I guess you can only prepare him so much.
It's honestly the best time in history to ever be diagnosed with this, because the first treatment for this just became available about 6 months ago. And it's just 3 pills I take every morning, and the idea is it will pause the progression.
Yeah.
Because when I was diagnosed, I was the first one out of the 3 of us.
How old were you?
18.
Fuck, dude.
Yeah.
You were in high school or graduated?
I had just, it was the summer before college.
Were you going to play volleyball in college?
Oh, no. So this is a weird, okay. So I used to be really athletic.
Your mom's like a D1 athlete?
She was a D1 fucking athlete, basketball. She's not gay.
Who knows?
But she
how old? I mean, how tall is she?
5'9", 5'10".
Okay.
Yeah. And like very tan, Italian as shit. I don't know.
She's just walking around on 2 feet. All these hot collie women.
I know, it's fucked up, dude. God had to knock us down a peg.
Okay. So what did that...
Oh, so I'm 15. I'm realizing something is off.
What was up?
I was doing suicides in practice, and the coach noticed I was like slowing down or not being as accurate, like touching the ground, and he got really pissed because he thought I wasn't taking
Being
shit
lazy,
seriously. Yeah. And so eventually I kind of left the team because I was like, well, fuck you, I'm gonna smoke weed and be an artist now. And so I started doing art, and I like painted and drew a lot, but part of this is your hands. It's all of it, you know? And I walked weird. My principal in high school used to like smell my breath because she thought I was fucked up coming to school. And, you know, my paintings and stuff started getting like sloppier. I couldn't draw a straight line. My handwriting, I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
And at the same time, my older sister had kind of an odd gait, like walk. But not enough for anyone to be like, you know. So I went to my mom and I was like, I think I need to go to a doctor. And basically she gaslit me to hell. And was like, you're making this up. You're a middle child looking for attention.
Yeah.
And I was like, you know what? Probably.
You did get a lot of attention.
It worked.
The plan came to fruition.
Yeah, look at me now.
Parents don't want to think that their kids aren't 100% okay.
Yeah, and that's like the core of it. Like, I love my mom. I forgive her for all of that.
Yeah.
But even
that is tough.
When I was 18, I really thought it was something I could get fixed before college, and then I
knock this right out.
Right. So I stole my mom's insurance card because she would not take me to the doctor. And I went to an ENT because I was like, ears. Yeah. And he was like, no.
You thought it might be like an equilibrium situation.
Right. Because everyone used to be like, what's wrong with you? And I would make different shit up because I didn't have an answer.
Right.
And, you know, I used to get fucking pulled over and the cops would be like, why are you talking like that? Like, DUI test, I can't pass it. I'd beg them to breathalyze me, you know? But basically, long story short, I ended up at a neurologist. And he was like, you either have a tumor on your cerebellum or a genetic disease. And I'm like rooting for the tumor, which is such a dark place.
That is so dark.
Yeah. Turned out it was genetic. Yeah.
Fuck. So what was that like? Did you know at that point how much different your life was going to get?
Well, neurologists are not the most like normal social people. They don't know how to deliver news.
Right.
And so I'm like, just like, cool, what do we do now? You know, very similar.
Yeah.
And the neurologist was like, the truth is there's nothing, and you basically have 2 years left till you can walk. Your life expectancy is 40. You're gonna go blind, stop hearing, can't speak, because everything is a muscle.
Yeah.
And so I fucking freaked out because I was like, only have 2 more years. So, like, sorry, Matt, but, like, I fucked everyone I could.
That's understandable. Well, yeah, you think that you thought you were going to die?
Yeah, I thought I was going to die. I thought, oh, my God, I'm about to be this fucking creature in a chair that no one wants, and all, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And boy, was I wrong.
Look at you now.
Yeah, so it was really a dark time, and they weren't totally right. I've only had the chair for about 3 years, and I fucking, I was supposed to be in one by the time I was 20.
So you mentioned the treatment. Are those 3 pills? Are you paused?
Yeah.
You're paused.
I'm
so
paused.
That's
so
good.
if you're cool looking at this, then we're good.
That's good.
Yeah.
Are you still? What's life expectancy now?
Fucking doubled. 80.
80? Fuck yeah. That's big.
Yeah.
That's dope. Are you gonna go deaf still?
No.
Did your hearing suck?
No, my hearing is.
Did you always have glasses, or did that come with?
Bro.
I'm asking a lot of questions.
No, yeah. Glasses is funny. I had perfect vision, but when in like elementary school, when they do those eye tests at school, my sister was like, it would be so fucking cool if you lied and got glasses. So I fucking lied and got very intense prescription, wore them for years, couldn't see anything. They fucked up my eyes.
I bet it fucked up your eyes. That's funny.
Yeah.
I remember when I realized my eyesight was going away, I thought that every teacher's marker was almost out of ink on the dry erase board. I was like, but then you get some new markers in this school. And then when I got tested, I was like, oh, I could see the goddamn dry erase board. It's not the markers. It's me. Yeah, eyesight going away. I always think about like how fucked I would be. I guess you would be super fucked in the zombie apocalypse. So I always think how fucked I would be in the apocalypse. Like, what happens if your glasses break?
Yeah. Yeah.
What do you do?
I agree. Honestly, if there was an apocalypse, I would kill myself immediately.
Yeah, just immediately.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there's
fuck
no
that.
world I'd try to make it. Why?
Okay, let me see if there's any more questions I want to ask about the condition. I'll probably come back to it.
Mm-hmm.
Do you believe in ghosts?
No.
You ever been somewhere that was supposed to be haunted?
Actually, yeah, right. I texted my mom before this podcast because I was like, didn't we fucking have a creepy house? Yes. So, I guess I was, like, my first house we lived in Franklin was, like, a really old fucking historic home. And the people that owned it before my mom did, the fucking husband got hit by a train.
Yeah.
And then, like, a week later, his wife died of cancer.
Fuck.
So I guess, like, haunted. I don't know. I was 2 years old when we were there.
There's a type of ghost called the Lady in White that we looked up a few weeks ago, and it's usually like something bad happens to her and her husband, and she comes back, and she's always wearing white. It's usually like though she killed her kid. Like she killed her kid. There's like always like the drown the kids and then kills the husband. The husband
get your bag.
Mysteriously there was like one like the husband usually dies from like food poisoning.
Yeah.
Or something. Yeah, white lady in white. It's like a type of ghost that people see often. So that might be. So did anybody see her? Or
My
do you ever have
family
any-
isn't really.
no?
No.
Okay. Let's see. Was there ever a place in your house that you avoided, like a basement or attic or?
Well.
Now Eddie
Yeah,
stares.
now I avoid them like the plague, my guy. There's like so the house I like really grew up in from like 2 to 18 is also it was built in 1885. It's really old, historic.
Are there a bunch of historical buildings in Franklin?
Yeah, I'm gonna sound like an asshole, but like Franklin is super wealthy.
Yeah.
I didn't know that growing up though. I thought old house meant poor.
Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense.
But
Well,
yeah.
Your house is old? Ew.
Yeah, I was like, that's so embarrassing. I don't know. The house was creepy. There was a hallway where I always thought like I had to go through it to get to my room. And I always thought I saw some shit. Everything creaked. Like, I don't know. My mom did find in the attic a box of love letters from 1903 and 1904. And I don't think it's creepy. It's just kind of cool. I guess her boyfriend or fiance lived in Nashville and she was in Franklin, and that was too far for them to be together.
That used to be a long way. Like,
That's how it felt in middle school too.
Yeah. Yeah, my girlfriend goes to a different school. You guys wouldn't know.
Yeah. But I don't know. I don't really.
Okay. Let's see. Are you? Well, I guess with the whole, do you find that you're scared of less stuff in general now that you've been through the worst thing on the planet?
Yeah.
So you're probably pretty brave comparatively to some of our friends.
Yeah.
You think? I know that's gay to be like,
I
you're so
think
brave.
that's true. Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
like, what's the worst that can happen? I already fucking did. So.
Were you ever? You're probably not doing a lot of climbing. Do you? Are you afraid of heights at all?
No.
What about the dark?
No.
I found that I was less when I decided I wasn't religious. I became less afraid of the dark because I was always afraid of like shit being in there. And then when I stopped believing and stuff, I was like, oh, this is now I'm able to enjoy stuff more almost. Like I know for a lot of people they go religion to make them less scared, but I feel like I went the opposite where things got less scary to me now that I.
Because you're like, what's the reality of that?
Yes,
Blah, blah,
like
blah.
what's actually, what could possibly, so now like dark, I can watch a horror movie by myself, but that shit used to fuck me up. I remember being like scared in my room at night and stuff. That's not fun for a kid.
Honestly, I think like, being in a wheelchair is like tamped down any like illogical fears, I guess.
Yeah.
But being a woman, I am most scared of men I don't know.
Yeah.
Is the truth.
Do people say fucked up shit to you all the time?
Yeah.
What's some scary shit a guy said to you? Those DMs are wild.
Oh my god, dude. There's one guy who messaged me and asked if I would roll over his dick.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Yeah, no, my DMs go crazy.
And I guess like with women too, it's like you do these self-deprecating. Like, I know you got that really funny joke about people can't, not to ruin your act, but the worst part about being in a wheelchair is nobody notices how cool of an ass you have.
How cool it is. It's got crazy angles, dude.
That's so fun. You're probably fine with needles. You get stabbed and shit a lot for
all the time. Clinical trial, yeah.
Yeah, and then Matt gets stabbed a lot too. You guys are needle boys. So needles you're fine with. Do you give blood and stuff?
They don't want it.
They don't want it. Okay. What did you guys give me? What is this? So probably not superstitious.
No.
Do you believe in bad luck?
I am starting to believe that there is a balance that has to happen.
Yeah.
I mean, fuck, dude. I was very depressed for a long time.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
Do you feel like you're on the winning end now with like comedy's going well?
Oh my god.
Got a sweet boyfriend.
Yeah, I mean, everything is amazing besides the whole walking thing.
Yeah. Do you still get depressed and bummed out and angry?
Sometimes, but it's not for like long stints anymore.
like-
It's more like, oh, am I just sad right now?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And you're mindful of it. You're like,
Yeah.
I'm having a depressed day.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
cool. I've been thinking about this a lot lately. Like, being diagnosed was one of the worst days of my fucking life. Like, I was like, it's over. It's a wrap on me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So now everything else almost feels like bonus.
Yeah, it feels amazing. I'm so grateful to be here and for everything I've been able to accomplish with like the help of everyone. And I'm just really glad I didn't kill myself.
Yeah.
You know, not
really-
to get like
Yeah. No, that's really
Yeah.
cool. Do you think you'd be a piece of shit if you hadn't gone through this?
dude, yes.
Really?
Oh my god.
What would you be like?
Oh, dude.
Were you
Yeah.
you were raised kind of rich?
Okay, well, so yes, but I didn't know my mom was from a poor family, so she built her old thing.
That's pretty
So
fucking cool.
she was really intense about us not knowing. So I've had a job since I was like 12 years old. She made me drive myself to work when I was 12. And I bought my own clothes, food. Like, I really thought we were poor.
That's so funny.
And then I turned 18 and had to do the FAFSA for college. And I was like, what the fuck?
So why do you think, so that honestly seems pretty healthy in terms of that
I agree.
upbringing. So where do you think you would have been a piece of shit?
I used to be a very vain. When some shit like this happens to you, you just realize how fleeting every physical thing is.
Yeah.
So
looks fade.
I was always like funny, but I didn't like really care about anything or anyone. Like, I was very self-centered. I was a 16-year-old girl.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And this has like, now I'm just like, fuck, like, obviously I want people to think I'm like attractive. That's nice, but that is like very much like secondary.
Yeah. That's cool. I mean, that's that character progression. It sucks that it took that. But
Yeah.
So superstition, fears, this is a very cool interview. Dogs, cats, do you think they can see spirits?
No, my dog is very dumb.
Yeah. It probably doesn't
But
see.
she's so pretty.
What kind of dog is she?
She's a doodle.
Ah,
Yeah.
adorable.
I mean, dude, she is the best fucking thing. And when I come back out here, I'll bring her.
Is she a service dog?
Yes.
Technically, yeah.
I think any
Well, you could
animal
probably carry
I own,
anything.
yeah.
You could have a fucking pig on the plane.
Well,
and be like, all right.
you know, when I got her, it was the intention for her to be a service dog, but to be a service dog for like balance. So if I fell, she could help me get up. They have to be minimum half of your weight.
Okay.
So I
She's
got
tiny.
her, and they were like, yeah, she's part doodle, part Newfoundland. And I was like, hell yeah, she'll be like 100 pounds. They lied to me.
So now
She's
you have a
like
useless
35,
ass
yeah.
service
She went to
service dog?
training. She's very, very good. She like, I will fall, and sometimes she'll get in position to help me. Like, she learned. I'm like, oh,
Aw.
sweet fucking idiot.
I'm going to squish you.
Yeah.
That's you sweet dumbass. Let's see. Have you done psychedelics?
Bro. Brother.
Did you ever do psychedelics as a young teenager?
No. So my sister and the acid thing scared me.
you. Okay.
I was like, there's no way. But then, fucking a few months ago, I was booked for a comedy show where the whole concept was all the comics had to be on shrooms and then do comedy on stage in front of people. And I'd never done them. Matt was like, I'll fucking be your trip guide or whatever.
He stayed sober?
Yes.
Good.
Yeah.
It's just nice to have someone.
Thank God.
Mhm.
And I was like, I'm not going to take that much. I have a very fast metabolism. I took maybe a gram and a half. And within like 3 minutes, I was like, what is happening? And like, I hadn't eaten that day. And we show up to the venue and fucking everyone in the green room is like, oh, this is great. I start having a panic attack.
Did you start crying?
I did start crying. They come back and they're like, Fiona, you're next. You have 5 minutes till we need you on stage. And I'm sobbing. And I'm like, I have nothing to say to those people. And I became very aware. I was like, oh my God. Are they laughing at me because I'm in a wheelchair?
You started having an existential.
I fucking freaked out and I was like, I'm not going on stage. They're like, you have to. And so I was like, fine. I'll only go if Matt comes with me.
That's
adorable. And so I made Matt come on stage with me and hold my hand. Cause I was
Were you getting
so
pops this whole time? Because everybody knows you're on acid, right?
Oh,
so they're just
yeah.
like,
I mean, they were cracking up. I was like doing my jokes, I guess. And then at one point I got so freaked out that I couldn't see them, but they could see me. And I looked at Matt and I was like, hey, I need you to do my jokes for me. And I handed him the microphone and he told the ass joke perfect.
yo, yes.
There's a full video of it on my YouTube.
Fuck yeah.
It's
I'll watch that. That's
amazing.
great. That's so cool. What a great story. So you became hyper aware of the chair and shit, of like people laughing
Everyone was really worried that I get like freaked out about my disability.
Yeah.
I was not.
You were just worried about people
I was
looking
just
at you.
like, these assholes.
You started breaking down what comedy is.
Yeah,
They're just
like,
laughing at me?
The first thing I said when I rolled out there, I was like looking around. I go, I'm in a wheelchair. Ha ha.
Like you're mad at them already? Yeah, haha. Laugh at the girl in the wheelchair. That's fine. So that was the only, you haven't done it since?
No.
Would you give it another shot and not do a show? Would you do it and like just to chill? Like maybe listen to Dark Side of the Moon or
Maybe, but I think next year I need.
Would you do it with Matt?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, he was worried I'd get freaked out by him because I was freaked out by
He is
literally
a freaky
everyone.
little bastard.
But like, I'll tell you what.
That's fun. That's a fun story.
Good.
So mushrooms, so no acid. You've still not done acid? You won't touch it because of the sister thing?
Yeah.
That makes sense. Have you ever had sleep paralysis? Have you had wake paralysis?
Have you had paralysis?
No, I've never had paralysis. You ever have weird nightmares or anything? Do your medications or anything fuck with your dreams?
I don't think the medication does, but I definitely have weird dreams.
Do you smoke a lot of weed?
I do.
So they say that like represses whatever creates dreams. Like I have friends that have quit weed and the floodgates open, they start having crazy nightmares.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, last night I had a dream that Matt called me a cunt, and I woke up really angry at him. So
I love that.
I don't know. My dream.
Well, that was obviously a dream because he would never say that to your face. He just texts it to me.
I don't know. My dreams now, though, I am no longer in a wheelchair in my dreams.
Are you walking or flying?
I'm walking. Isn't that weird?
That is weird.
Yeah.
That is weird. I wonder what that is. I mean, it makes sense. Does it still feel... You were able-bodied for longer than you've been in the wheelchair.
Yeah.
So it makes sense that your memories would be that, right? Boot scooting around.
Yeah, that's true.
Dreams are weird. Sleep paralysis. Have you ever had, well, I guess besides like the diagnosis, have you ever had a near-death experience? The drowning thing?
Yes.
You ever been held at gunpoint or anything? You've been when you were doing drugs and stuff? You ever had some sketchy situations?
Good story for you.
Okay. Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Okay. So I was doing a show where the concept was
You keep doing these weird goddamn
yeah,
shows.
same guy every time, Jimmy. So the concept was it's like a competition, I guess. But like 3 comics on each team. One is stoned, one is drunk, one is sober. And the other guys didn't drink, so they were like, "You drink," and I was like, "Already on it." And
way ahead of you, sister.
And so I Ubered to the place. You know what I mean? Because I was drinking, and I was by myself, and the Uber pulls up. It's a woman. And so I'm like, fuck yeah, it's great. I'm drunk. You know what I mean? Her trunk was full, so we had to put my wheelchair in the back seat. And so I had to be in the front seat. And almost immediately, I realized the car fucking smells like meth. Okay, she looks like meth.
Yeah.
And she's fucking swerving like she's fucked up. Like something is not, like I keep being like, whoa, you know.
Yeah.
But she's going off about how she's from California. Jesus sent her to Nashville to save us from the gays.
Someone needs to.
Yeah, I was like, thank God you're here. And she, a school shooting in Nashville had just happened.
Yeah.
And so she starts talking about this, and I'm just like leaned against the opposite side of the car, not saying anything. And she's like, yeah, the liberals are trying to take our guns, blah, 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 and reaches in the glove box in front of me and pulls out the gun. And she's not like threatening to shoot me, but like she's waving it around as a point and like poking me with it. Like, you know what I mean?
And this was Uber?
Yeah.
What'd you give her on a rating?
Well, I am a woman, so 5 stars.
Women support women.
Feminism. No, I mean, but so we pull up to the venue, I'm fucking panicking. And I jump out of the car and grab my wheelchair myself and undo it. So, like, gun to my head, I can walk. Oh, man. Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah, all of a sudden, that chair doesn't seem so important.
Yeah.
When a gun pointed at it. Okay, we'll wrap it up with these 2 questions. Does anything, Fiona, scare you about Fiona? What scares you about yourself? Do you ever freak yourself out sometimes? Maybe how your brain works, or how are you ever scared you're gonna hurt people's feelings with your powers of being funny and mean?
No. No, like, don't be a pussy. No, I think, well, fuck, my biggest fear about me.
Does the depression scare you, or are you scared?
Yeah, I guess I'm always like what y'all were talking about. I'm always scared everything is gonna be taken away, and then my biggest fear is just being this, like the medicine stops, the cure never comes. Like,
Yeah.
and then I go back to this like Stephen Hawking like progression.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. Are you afraid to die?
Now I am.
Yeah, because you came real close.
No, because everything's so good.
Oh.
You know?
Yeah, so it's like it feels like that other shoe's gonna drop.
Yeah, like before, if you would have asked me that question 2 years ago, I would have been like, absolutely not. Like, bring it.
Yeah,
You
just
know
go
what I
with
mean?
100 miles an hour.
Yeah, I don't give a fuck. But now I'm like, I officially have a lot to lose.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah. I have a friend who, she's a cancer survivor. She's like the most fun person. Like sometimes like the people that are faced with shit like that are like the most fun people because they actually like they feel like they have shit to lose and they're like YOLO or whatever, you know. What would be the worst way to die for you? Drowning?
Well, drowning gets peaceful at one point.
Yeah, they do say that.
Yeah,
like,
it burns and then you accept it.
Yeah.
No, so I think, you know what would be, wait, are you going to ask embarrassing or?
Oh, embarrassing's funny.
Sorry.
Whatever you think.
I think embarrassing would be I'm crossing the street and my chair dies.
You got to plug that thing up to a wall every night?
Yeah, dude.
Fuck, I forgot to charge my...
That happens. No, I'm like on the train tracks. Why?
Stalled out on the train tracks. All right. Well, that was super fun. We'll end it right there. That was a very good. That was a very good podcast. Thank you for doing it. I'm glad we met. Y'all holler at me when y'all come back to Austin.
Absolutely.
All right. Spooky fun time. Is there anything you want to plug? Your Instagram?
Wow. Yeah. My Instagram is Fiona Cauley. And Cauley is Cauley.
Pronounce Cauley.
And then my website is FionaCauley.com.
Fuck yeah. Well, thank you so much, Fiona. Let's get the fuck out of here. Bye. Spooky fun time.